Cleveland?
Yes. That I'm the king, and
still playing basketball.
I built this place.
Yep.
So I know where all the furniture goes. I know where to put everything, and I know how to put the ball in the basket.
Lakers doing a great job. I love the way they're moving the basketball without even thinking about it. Touch, moving it, getting good high percentage shots. Cleveland, young, exciting little team too. Nice to watch them experience a little growth.
Jack in the Box halftime report starts right after this. 8-8, by the way, the Cavs. Big game. Hello again, alongside James Worthy and Derek Fisher. I'm Chris McGee. It's the Jack in the Box halftime report. Let's get you out to Cleveland. For the first half highlights, it's a homecoming for LeBron James playing against his former team in his home state. First quarter, LBJ checking the temperature. Lakers take the lead 15-12. Great Laker ball movement here. LeBron with another. Got it. Just over 30 seconds, big game. It's all LeBron. Tough fadeaway.
Yeah, you know it's coming. You just don't know how to stop it. You don't know whether he's going to drive right there, step back, fade away. Can't defend it.
LeBron with 17 first quarter points on 4 3-pointers. 34-23 Lakers lead at the end of one. And then Fish, he's dishing it out now to Montrez.
Yeah, which is what he does best in terms of the pass to Montrez, but looks a little bit like another Laker we used to watch across the lane with the sky hook.
LeBron, Abdul.
And then we got a little KCP in transition, big game.
Yeah, I mean, played it smartly. He wanted to lob it over, but defensive player didn't commit, and then LeBron with thunder.
Running downhill, but the Cavs are going to answer. Osman with the runner fish. Got it.
Jetty.
So the Lakers' 10-point lead goes down to 7 with
coach, GM of the LA Sparks, Derek Fisher. Geeter will be here. Mike Trudell is here. Mike Bresnahan is here. Guys, there is no better way to start the week than with a full house.
Yes.
And games on the schedule. A lot of them. You said they're coming fast. So let's get right to it. With Saturday's win, the Lakers continued their great start on the road this season. They are 9-0, which is a franchise record. It's also tied for the third longest streak in NBA history. And I know we talk about it, but we have to because they're showing that they can win on the road. It's not a small sample size anymore, big game. And I loved how coming off the floor in Milwaukee, cameras picked up KCP saying to Anthony Davis, man, we're tough on the road. They know it. We see it.
Yeah, and when you have that type of attitude collectively, you know, that's a good thing. You know, they're monitoring one another, making sure that they're on line with one another. And I don't really think it makes any difference, you know, about the fans. I know fans have a little bit to do with it, but, you know, they won a championship. They know how to do it. So I think they're realizing, especially after that Warriors game, that they have to beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. And, you know, on the road, you're a little bit more together than you are when you're at home, when you just have a little bit more distraction. So, yeah, I think they're taking pride in sending messages and taking care of the teams they're supposed to take, whether it's on the road or at home.
Yeah, and I think recognizing your margin for error is smaller on the road. And when you have the level of talent, the level of basketball IQ, mental toughness, you know, they are showing that they are aware that, okay, when we go out on the road, there's less margin for error. Let's take care of our business. Let's be more solid. And I think defensively, they've been better on the road than at home. And I think that's really where the big gap has taken place in the differences between home record and road record.
Showing signs of a championship team, and certainly one that's looking to repeat. When it comes to tonight, guys, LeBron is playing in just his second game in Cleveland since leaving for LA. We saw what AD did when he returned to his hometown of Chicago. Fish, what do you expect to see from LeBron back in Cleveland?
Yeah, it'll be interesting tonight. I do think he will want to, of course, continue the road winning streak. That's for sure. But I don't know. I get the sense that, especially, you know, do we know anything about the percentage capacity of fans at this game tonight?
There have been 1,900 fans that have attended Cavs games, and per my source in Cleveland, they're expecting maybe a few more there tonight.
Okay. So, I mean, I think that he will, like, want to really put on a show, you know, especially for those fans that are going to have that special opportunity to be in the building when so many others can't. To me, he always carries that Akron on his back responsibility of every time I step on the court, I'm supposed to give my best because there's a young kid in Akron or Cleveland that won't get this opportunity, and I have to handle it responsibly. So I don't know what the numbers will look like at the end of the day. I mean, when he wakes up, it's 25, 5, and 5. But he could go for more than that tonight.
James, you said it the other day. When you went back home and played, you ate several dinners.
Much. Yeah, I went to my mom's house, my grandmother's house. I was sluggish, man. You got to be careful. But no, that's not LeBron. I think, when he came back, from Miami, then he, came back as a Laker last year. I think he had a game in Cleveland before he was injured. His
first year, because last year it was after COVID.
That's right.
Yep.
And so, I think, he every time he goes home, because he makes it known that Akron is where he's from, and, he was an unknown kid that he had a lot of help from the park and recreation people, and so he's real conscious about that. But I think he also understands that, hey, the team, we got to take care of business. If I have to, it'll come naturally for me to put on a show for my homeboys and Akron. But playing at home is good home cooking, as long as you don't do what I did and eat too much butter cake.
Yeah, that sounds so good right now, though. Let's get you live to Lakers reporter Mike Trudell, who joins us from down the hall. LeBron back playing in Cleveland for just the second time, Mike.
That's right. Welcome to the Green Room, Allie and gentlemen. It's nice to see you guys, as always. So I was just sitting around watching the Celtics and the Cavs last night, and all of a sudden, boy, did former Laker JaVale McGee make a ridiculous point guard play, to the point that we actually thought we were going to have to watch it ourselves. So let's take a look, and then Frank will talk about it. Woo! Hey, Frank, I wondered if you had to build anything in after seeing JaVale in transition with that handle before the finish in last night's game?
Boxing one, that's the obvious call when you see somebody that size make a move like that in the open court. No, it's going to be great to be reunited for a night with JaVale and get to see him. Obviously, I don't know if we're allowed to shake hands and whatnot, but it'd be great to see him in person.
Fair enough. Hey, what stands out about this matchup? I know they'll be without Nance Jr., but they've been playing really well defensively, seems like, and offense has been a little bit behind. What have you seen from the Cavs?
Well, they haven't had a lot of time with Garland and Sexton in the lineup together. I think obviously we'll see that tonight, and they're a much better team when those two are sort of playing like Dame and CJ do in Portland. Very difficult to slow down with their speed and shooting. And we'll see. Obviously Kevin Love is out, and now Nance is out as well. So we'll see what they're going to do at the power forward position. They could go small with Prince, or they have played lineups with two centers this year. And, with JaVale playing against his former team and, the recent acquisition of Jared Allen, I anticipate we could see that as well.
And then, Frank, you've talked about this before, but it's tough to play 11 guys. Are there certain nights where you go in thinking, all right, hey, maybe I won't use, for example, Markieff the other night or Talon a certain night, or do you let that go within the flow of the game and see what you need?
Yeah, sometimes I'll premeditate it. I mean, I have a script of the way I'd like to use the rotation, and every game is different. I'm not going to tip my hand for tonight, obviously, but, that was Markieff being a good teammate the other night. I talked to him about having the night off so we can get Talon some runs, because I don't like him collecting DNPs too much. And, we'll see how tonight's game plays out.
All right, guys, there's Frank Vogel. And now, look, you heard it, Allie, from him. Boxing one. That's the only way to contain JaVale McGee in that open floor.
Smart man. Mike, we'll see you in boards. His superstar teammate LeBron was not worried about AD's slump. Spoke about it after the win.
Sometimes you allow a guy to kind of, go through it and figure it out for themselves. But also at the same time, let them know that we're here for him. And me as a leader of the squad and me as his brother, let him know whatever he needs from me, I can do. And it started with us. Getting on the ball early and often, tonight, and and it's just right back on track.
I put a lot of pressure on myself to, be better, to help the team win, and I was able to see the ball go in, which is very good. Not just about keeping it going, but I think it was a great team win. Got away from us in the third quarter. They had 33 points in the third, and we couldn't score. But then we got control of it again. But a great team win, and it's always good to get a win back at home.
With that, we want to welcome in our Lakers insider, Mike Bresnahan. It's time for Brez's three-point play. 3 things that you were looking forward to in this game. And hey, we begin with AD, that monster bounce-back game in Chicago.
Yeah, how do we not? I mean, last week he was a little bit down on himself. He said those 6 words that made him instantly infamous. I think I suck now. I tend to disagree, though. He's a pretty good player, just kind of lost focus maybe for a week or so. He's back, as you saw by some of those highlights. 37 points against Chicago, 26 in the first half, and he went to work. A lot of it down low, some free throws as well mixed in there. Small little side note, feel bad for Lauri Markkanen. He really got pushed around by AD. And also AD even found rhythm behind.